local weather authority forecast. We warn you first with Chief Meteorologist Chase Menendez.
Well, good evening, everybody. We've got an active evening ahead of us. We're already seeing a lot of cloud cover overhead in Big Spring, and some of those clouds are cumulus clouds, looking a little bit dark, indicating a lot of moisture at the surface, the mid-levels, and even at the upper parts of the atmosphere, all that contributing to our thunderstorm chances a little bit later on this evening. But as it sits right now, Big Spring looking pretty quiet from on top of the historic hotel settles in that Big Spring town. Things are looking pretty mild right now, thanks to that Sky Tracker network. We've got a good look at those quiet conditions, but overhead with the satellite and radar, we can see a lot of energy coming our way from the west. Now, here's about where that line is situated right now. It's beginning to poke into the western portion of our viewing area and already starting to see some significant thunderstorm activity. As we head to the evening hours overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, we'll finally see those thunderstorms dying down by about midnight. But before then, we do have a slight risk issued by the Storm Prediction Center in this yellow color. Now, that's stage 2 out of 5, indicating a strong chance for hailstorms, damaging winds, and of course localized flooding is also a concern of ours almost anytime it rains in West Texas. Notice that yellow slight risk surrounded by a green marginal risk, also indicating the chance for hail and damaging winds, though the chances are going to be lower in that marginal risk zone. We're already seeing a lot of thunderstorms popping up, one of which headed towards La Mesa right now. This is not a severe thunderstorm warned storm. It's finally beginning to develop a little bit of a hail core, but that hail is generally very small. You can see those grayish colors out there, generally indicating pea-sized hail. As we continue to track down to the south, we're also looking at a storm here in Jal right now, finally beginning to develop a hail core as well. We've got some of those light gray colors indicating hail just a little bit larger than that pea-sized hail. Should not be enough to cause damage, but either way, be careful with these hailstorms. We could see them rapidly intensifying here as we head to the hotter hours of the evening, and we're also seeing a lot of rain coming with these storms. Currently, Odessa, Midland, most of the basin sitting pretty right now, sitting under some mild conditions. Haven't seen that energy move into the central basin just yet, but here's a look at a lot of those storms being caused by that wave of energy right now through the western edge of our viewing area. Guadalupe Pass, the Van Horn Mountains, a lot of the higher elevations seeing those thunderstorms a little bit sooner than what we'll expect across the central basin. And we do have some small hail cores coming with that generally disorganized line of storms, and as it tracks off to the east, I do expect it to intensify. Now, we are also seeing a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, this one lasting until 6:30 p.m., so another 10-15 minutes or so on that before that expires. It looks like this storm cell is dying down, so I do not expect that to be reissued, but there is a stronger cell off to the east tracking through parts of Fort Stockton right now. That severe thunderstorm warning lasting until 6:45 p.m., so a little bit longer on that because there is a generous hail core right now moving over the town of Fort Stockton currently. Zooming into the street view, you can see that little blue patch indicating hail of right around an inch or just slightly larger. And notice we're still seeing hail through the center of Fort Stockton. A lot of the city dealing with that hail right now, so be careful. Now, in addition, we're also seeing some weak rotation to that very strong storm cell. This is a slow-moving cell. And also notice we're also seeing some reds matching up a little bit with those greens with a layer of gray in between. So again, disorganized rotation. What we're looking for with this velocity product is those bright reds and bright greens matching up next to each other. Now, we've also got another severe thunderstorm warning down to the south along the Rio Grande Valley in Brewster County, this one lasting until 7:15 p.m. You can see that thunderstorm rapidly intensifying. And as we head to the evening hours overnight tonight, we'll finally see that wind down, but we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 12 midnight tonight into tomorrow for our entire viewing area. So there is a good chance for some of those storms to pop up a little bit later on this evening. We are under that slight risk. We do have the severe thunderstorm watch in play, indicating the potential for hail and damaging winds. Now, as we continue through the evening hours, we'll see that energy tracking from west to east with these storms generally intensifying, making their way into the central basin by about 8-9 p.m. this evening. From there, the sun is going to go down, limiting the heat supply for these storms, which is a good fuel source, and we'll finally begin to see those thunderstorms begin to wind down by the time we get to about midnight, which is when that severe thunderstorm watch expires. Now, as far as tomorrow goes, it's going to be a much nicer day for Midland and Odessa especially. High temperatures recover into the 90s for tomorrow after kind of a cool day. Highs picking up right to average for this afternoon. And we could see a couple of isolated thunderstorms developing tomorrow afternoon on the periphery of our viewing area, the northeastern basin, as well down to the southeastern basin for tomorrow afternoon. But Odessa Midland staying dry, staying clear, and staying sunny. Rain chances return on Wednesday, though 60% chance for thunderstorms there and a 40% chance for thunderstorms on Friday. The good news, Eddie, is after we get out of this week, next week looks like it's going to be much, much calmer, if not a little bit hotter.
All right, so until midnight tonight, right?
That's right. That's our time frame right there.
All right, well, thank you, Chase.
Thanks.